Hello. Have you ever had a time in your life where you felt like giving up? Where you tried all that you could to advance the cause of your aspirations, your dreams, and felt like, oh my goodness, this is too much. I might as well just throw in the towel. Have you ever had a time like that? Well, I am reading this book here by James Dyson, Invention Life. I recently got this book here, and I have a number of James Dyson's products, a vacuum cleaner, a cordless one, and one that can be plugged on the socket. They're really very good. I also have a muff light. I have a air filter and heater together, and I also bought my wife a Dyson's hair dryer, and she loves it a bit. So I thought, you know what? Let me read a little bit about the founder of this company, his life, and so I got this book. And in the very beginning, and the introduction to this book, if I may just read it out to you, James Dyson says that in 1983, after 4 years of building and testing 5,127 handmade prototypes of my Cyclonic vacuum, I finally cracked it. Wow, 5,127 times of trials and finally cracking it. I wonder, why did he persevere that much? But I'm glad he did, because the many things that are helping millions of people all over the world, he's built a global company. And it was born out of that sweat, that perseverance to see lives change in a way. There are many, many things this gentleman has done. He's now even opened an engineering school, I believe. There's a lot we can learn from James Dyson. The year is almost coming to an end. It's the 30th of November now, today as I'm broadcasting this to you. And many of us can look back to the year so far and say, wow, maybe my plans have not turned out the way I wanted them to be. And I've been trying to do this particular thing, whatever it is you're trying to do, for years. And things seem not to be working out. Perhaps you're looking at your life and the year now coming to an end and saying, I am getting older. And when shall I start living my life? When shall I achieve the thing that I'd like to achieve? Maybe you're looking at your life and saying, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this it? Why are things so hard? But I suppose the question you need to ask yourself is, if this is how things are, where would I like to be instead? Because imagine your life a couple of years from now being exactly the way you want it to be. Those dreams you want, you've realized them. The kind of money you want to have, you have it. The friends and relationships that you would like to have in your life, yes, picture a time where all of that is possible. You're living it and not just imagining it. And you're saying, wow, what a life this is. I'm sure James Dyson is now saying the same. But at the time when he had a lot of rejections, when he was trying so hard, I don't think he was feeling like that. If we are to learn anything from the life of this man, I think we can encourage ourselves and say, oh yes, there is a time where things seem so challenging, but there is hope later if you dare to dream. I'm reminded of J.K. Rowling's as well. I don't know whether you've heard of Harry Potter. Before Harry Potter became the phenomenon that it is now, J.K. Rowling's, in her books, tried many times to get someone to help her publish those books and got rejected hundreds of times. But finally, she had a breakthrough. And Harry Potter is a phenomenon that it is now. What about Edison? Edison tried to build a light bulb several times, failed, I think, about 1,000 times. But eventually cracked it, and the lives of people all over the world now are much better because of what Edison did. So as this year comes to an end, as you try all you can, doing whatever you can, if your dreams, your visions, your aspirations seem to be on a standstill, don't give up. Don't give in. If it matters to you, go after it. And don't just give up. I'd like to invite you to join a Facebook group that I've set up called The Path of Greatness. And in that group, I talk a lot about money on Mondays. I call it Money Monday. Just how to master wealth. On Wednesday, I talk about Wisdom Wednesday. We need wisdom for practical living. And I talk a lot about that, insights and wonderful things to help us live a life, a transformative life. And on Fridays, I talk about Freedom Friday. And on Freedom Friday, we talk about ways you can unleash your personal power and realize your personal freedom to live a meaningful and purpose-driven life. Men like James Dyson, J.K. Rowling, Edison, and many, many other great men and women that have lived and who are living right now have certain qualities we can learn from to perfect our own lives and live a life of purpose, impact, and influence. So I'd love to see you in the Path of Greatness Facebook group and see how your life can be transformed immeasurably. Thank you for taking time to listen to me this morning, and I hope to speak to you soon again. Bye-bye for now.